shout-outs to the voice actors, shout-outs to the writer. Honestly, what a 10 out of 10 scene. What a 10 out of 10 episode. I don't care what you say. You can say Chainsaw Man, Bleach, Mob Psycho was the anime of the week, but holy crap, I Am Atomic wins the best scene for the week. It 100% wins the best scene because of just how unexpected it was as an anime only, like me as an anime only, and hearing him just do this English ASMR, I am Atomic, dude, I cannot believe it, yo. There's just something so good about hearing in a Japanese anime, just hearing a character speak English so well, and just do it in just an edgy way. It's so hilarious to me. It kind of hit that same tingly vibe within my very being, kind of how you have, Archer from Fate Stay Night, he's like, I am the bone of my sword, that type of stuff. Just like, when I saw this scene, I was just like, I'm about to get like a Fate Stay Night type scene, and honestly, it was so perfect. This was legitimately so freaking good. But okay, I gotta chill a little bit, because this was just too funny to me. Sid/Shadow, what a character. What a character. Like, okay, let's just talk about this dude. This dude right here, this absolute unit of a character. Let's talk about him. So, Sid as a character, I love how he goes on this entire vibe of that he needs to be in the shadow. He's part of Shadow Guard. He needs to remain, a background character, or an NPC, basically. And he has the gall to say stuff like that. He literally says, I become atomic. I am atomic. And you literally see the entire city just light up. And it's like, yo, this is not background character stuff. Like, this is, like, far beyond what a background character is capable of. Like, you're legitimately reaching a realm of, like, Ainz from Overlord. Honestly, thinking about, like, what I have seen from Overlord, like, in anime-wise, yes, Ainz is definitely probably capable of something similar in terms of devastation of this. But the fact is, we haven't really, like, seen this level of, like, just power streaming straight up. The only thing that really comes close to that, in one attack, would be the goats, when he wipes out, like, 500,000 people. So when you see this scene, I'm just like, yo, this man is just insane with his power. And I want to talk about that. I want to talk about how he even achieved this power, okay? Because I think that this is the most hilarious moment. My camera might be blocking some of it, so please forgive me, but I want to read these subtitles. If I don't want to be vaporized in a nuclear explosion, I will become basically the nuclear explosion. I am atomic. And it's just like, I can't take it seriously, man. It's so good. It's so good. Oh, as you can see, I'm having a good time. It's a good episode. Like, it left me just smiling and laughing, and I had to pull out the recording equipment just to instantly record, because it's just like, I'm not gonna get time to get my thoughts together, because it's too perfect of an episode. It really is. So, okay. Let's talk about this episode. So, besides the obvious, we got to talk about Sid's character, and finding out a lot about his sword style, a lot about, obviously, his power level, and obviously just about kind of just like, he really does believe his lies. Okay, so this is definitely something that needs to be talked about. So Sid, we know he lied about the Diablos cult, like the demon cult and all that. I talked about this in my, my last video, and he made this big lie up to try to get, Alpha and all them on his side. And I asked the question, like, I wonder if he truly believes all that stuff is real if he comes in contact with it. And it's clear, judging by this episode, he does believe his lies. He fully 100% believes his lies. He's going along with it, and he's doing stuff like this. And it's just like, okay, so he does believe what he's saying. He just thinks that Alpha, Beta, and all them just don't believe him. That's my assumption of the matter, when we know they actually believe him, especially with the final moments of this episode, where you just see them all having their little meeting, and they're talking about how the entire world will basically know, Sid or Shadow's light that he, kind of covered the town in. I'm like, that's kind of scary, honestly. That's legit scary if he's gonna do that, since he's become literally a nuclear explosion. But okay, Anyways, I do like getting to see more of the designs of the characters here, and a little bit more insight into the operation. We get to see kind of what each individual character's kind of doing here and all that. Like, one looks like they're investigating, like, some Mayan/Aztec temple ruins. We have one that looks like they're researching magic to some extent, or alchemy, or science. You know, it's kind of all, like, in the same area when it comes to fantasy. I mean, we have a few little insights here throughout the episode, kind of hinting that the organization is probably going to get a lot more characterization and development soon. I mean, we even have this fake shadow garden kind of appearing and all that, and I think that this is really good for the story narratively, and let me explain. The reason why I think it's good for the story to introduce a fake shadow garden, if someone's using their name, is because it allows us to know what Shadow Garden is really for. Obviously, at this point in time, I'm an anime only, okay? I want to make sure I clarify that. All we really know about them is that they are hunting down a demon cult, killing them, living in the shadows, and that's basically about it. Collecting, like, heroes, you know, descendants of the heroes. That's a lot of information, but it's just so, like on the first page of a character, and we don't really know the full extent of what the organization is actually doing behind the scenes and how far their reach actually is. And it's implied that their reach is definitely very extensive. They have, like, this all-seeing eye, they know what's going on, and I hope we're going to get more of that as the episodes progress, because that's kind of what this episode implies, because finding out there is a fake Shadow Guard, we're going to kind of see who is, like, you know, what each individual role they do. Like, you know, what the fake one does and what the actual Shadow Garden does. Now, another thing, too, I want to talk about is I want to talk about the character development of our, you know, I guess technically one of our main female characters. She was the one that, you know, Sid was having a fake relationship with. She actually learns to enjoy her swordsmanship, and I really like this scene. Like, there's a little scene where she kind of, like, stabs the sky and all that, like the moon, and I think that it's a very beautiful and symbolic scene. It kind of reminds me a lot of the scene I saw from Bleach recently, like a week ago, where you see one of the Quincy's stab the moon. It's symbolic. It's like you're stabbing the sky, saying you can reach the heavens with your swordsmanship. It also shows that you're going against anyone that is trying to put you down. There's a lot of ways you could kind of look at this symbolically, and I think it just shows that she kind of got, like, reforged as a person, and she's able to continue to strive as a swordsman, even if her swordsmanship is ordinary, like it's ordinary and doesn't really have anything crazy or flashy to it. She realizes that she could definitely go much further after seeing what Shadow did. So I think that this is a legitimately good scene. We got a lot of, you know, little development for her. Now, I am legitimately curious because of the way the episode ended, obviously, and how Sid did the obvious thing. He's like, now, you know, I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I do wonder if she is going to, join Shadow Garden or not. That is what I am genuinely curious about, because we're kind of left hanging here with her character, and we're introduced quickly at the end of the episode to a new female character that he bumps into, which I'm assuming we're going to be following now, and she's going to be kind of like an interest for him, like a love interest, and maybe she's also working for, you know, the fake Shadow Garden. Who really knows? I mean, this series loves to use a lot of cliches, and I'll talk about that in a second, like this one scene here. But I am a little bit sad, though, because judging by the way the scenes are set up, though, it looks like the female character we've been following, she's probably not going to be the main focus anymore. I think that's kind of unfortunate, especially with just how much time we spent with her, but there's just nothing we can really do about that if that really is the case. But okay, let's talk about the new female character that was introduced. I think that this scene is legitimately a really good scene, and the reason why I think this scene is good it's because it represents what I've been talking about with the cliches and stuff that the author has been using, because the Eminence and Shadow does have a lot of cliches. And this very scene is 100% cliche as hell. You have the main male character bump into a main female character, knocks her down, they fall in love at first sight, and, you know, their relationship progresses from there. Or maybe one or the other have opposite, identities, like they're both hiding secrets from each other. One's evil, one's bad, or one's evil and one is good, etc. Something like that genuinely happens with scenes like this, and it's a very cliche, shoujo-ish looking moment. So, yeah, I like this scene. It's setting up this, you know, continuation of the story nicely, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But anyways, let's look at everything that we kind of found out from this episode. So one big thing is I'm surprised this monster that, you know, was saved technically and got broke free died. I honestly thought by the way the episode was going when, you know, Alpha came in and put her down, like when we see the body laying here, I figured that she would stay alive. I actually figured the character would join Shadow Guard, but it does not seem to be the case whatsoever, which is kind of sad. I honestly thought this character would be used in some way for the cast, but guess not. Okay. It felt like there was some details cut here, honestly. I felt like a lot of information that was probably in the light novel wasn't here for the anime, and this is something that just got lost for the anime adaptation. I could be wrong there, but that's my assumption. But yeah, overall though, it's a really good episode, and I like I said already, my favorite moment is definitely when he says I have a time. This is so good. It's so freaking good. But I guess I'll leave it there. As you can see, I've enjoyed the episode. I had a lot of fun with it. It's all I really ask, honestly, when I'm watching a show, and I think that that's the best I can always ask for from any show. So I'll leave it there. Thank you so much for watching. If I entertained you to any degree and made you smile, laugh, or whatever, you know, do leave me a like. It does help me out a lot. And with that, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.